Welcome everybody to another edition of The Entrepreneur, brought to you by SourcePoint and sponsored by G Boogie America. Today we're going to be talking about solving the financial puzzle, business credit basics. Let's talk about what this isn't. This is not magic. This isn't legal or tax advice. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not the solution to all your financial problems, and this is not for lazy readers. You must read blogs, articles, books, magazines, etc. Why do we need to build credit? Well, number one reason, you need to raise capital. Business startups, business expansions, and acquisitions all need capital. Number two, you need to reserve your cash. In this new economy, cash is king, so it is wise not to use all of your hard-earned cash. Why do we use corporations to build credit? Well, I feel like it's the best entity based on my experience. There's limited liability for the owners and shareholders of a corporation. They're not held liable for debts or obligations. The tax advantages, there are plenty, to operating a business through a corporation opposed to a sole proprietor or proprietorship or some other form. If a corporation qualifies as a small business and it has active income, then it can take advantage of small business deductions and pay income taxes at a substantially reduced rate. There can be a substantial tax savings compared to doing business outside of a corporation. Socially, it's expected to raise capital. For a number of reasons, it can be easier to raise capital for a corporation than it is for a partnership or sole proprietor. Lenders are more willing to lend money. They expect corporations to go out and look for money. Asset protection. Owners' personal assets are protected from business debt or liability, so it is easy to build wealth and hide, uh, within the corporation, so that you're not personally. So if you're personally sued, no one can come and touch the corporation's money. So a lot of people use it as an asset protection, not the corporation necessarily that you're doing business with, but you can have a corporation that is accumulating assets that is basically hiding your personal assets. So you always want to hold your assets in a corporation, never personally. Um, Business versus personal. Why is it better to establish business credit rather than personal? Let's look at Management Inc. It's a small business, got employees and everything like that. And let's look at Joe Schmo, blue collar worker. He wants to be a construction, general contractor, and he's a hard, middle America type guy. Um, Here are the similarities between personal and a corporation. When Joe Schmo goes to apply for credit, he has to use his Social Security number. Well, Management Inc. uses the EIN. Joe Schmo's birth certificate is Management Inc.'s Articles of Incorporation. When he's doing business, his morals and values, Management Inc. is bylaws. For Joe Schmo, his thoughts. For Management Inc., meeting minutes. Joe Schmo, actions. Management Inc., resolutions. Joe Schmo uses a personal checking. Management Inc. uses a business checking. Joe Schmo and Management Inc. both can apply for credit, both can hire employees, both can obtain licenses, and both can do business. Um, the cons, only one can project earnings, only one can pay for expenses and write it off, only one can stand separate from the people running the business, and uh, only one can start over quickly if things go bad, and that will be the small business. Gives you more flexibility. Understanding money. Contrary to popular belief, all debts is not bad. Most of the problem stems from consumer debt. We're never taught how to use debt as our advantage. In this new economy, and I keep saying new economy, debt should be used to accumulate wealth. Use debt to accumulate wealth. That means when you get cash lines, you buy things in the 4 asset columns. That is paper assets, commodities, businesses, and real estate. Let's talk about the types of credit. You have net, which is Amex, Quill, and Tiger Direct, which means that they give you 30 to 10 to 15 days to pay it. You have in-store credit, Best Buy, and Staples, and Walmart. And you have revolving, which is Bank of America, Wachovia, and lines of credit that are spendable as cash. When building corporate credit, net accounts are usually the first and the easiest to get. Also they're the most reliable because it shows a pay history very quickly. Stages of applying credit. Although there are other bureaus out there, I personally think the two biggest ones that you have to look at are Dun& Bradstreet and Business Experian. Dun & Bradstreet's been around for a very long time. They pretty much exhort businesses into paying their credit building services, and they have, a payday score, which is, their trademark. Experian is kind of new, but they're reliable, and a lot of people like Citi and G are using Experian business reports. Let's put yourself in the lender's shoes. What would you want to know if you were lending money to a friend that wanted to start a business? You wanted to know whether or not they paid other creditors on time. You want to know, have they had a functional business that made sense? What do you want to do? What industry? You don't want to go into something that's not going to generate money. And you would want to, you want them to bring something to the table. A sound financial sheet, business plan, or something. Something let me know that you know what you're doing. With that said, it's easy to understand why the following things are necessary when applying. You need an age corporation. That can vary depending on your lending source. You need articles of incorporation. You need bylaws and resolutions. You need a DUNS number. You need an Experian number. You need an employer identification number. You need business tax returns. You need corporate financials. All necessary references. Your business number needs to be listed with 401. You need a website. You need an office location and a business bank account. And those are some of the things needed to get started. I didn't list everything because, but those are some of the main things you need to get started. So, I want to thank you guys for attending. Hopefully this inspires you to seek more information and becoming knowledgeable about the subject of building business credit. And if you want to get more information, you want to get tutelage, simply go to www.gboogie.net and you will find all the information needed to start your journey of business credit. Thank you and have a wonderful day and make your time productive.